had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal.
That was ABC anchor Amy Robach from 2019 talking about what they had regarding the Epstein files. Now, fast forward to 2025, and we seem to have lost information. Attorney General Pam Bondi has contacted FBI Director Kash Patel, as it looks like a lot of details were omitted from the files that were released. California Governor Gavin Newsom, he is desperate to save his image and starts a podcast. And Alec Baldwin freaks out as he's confronted by a Donald Trump impersonator. Now, I got a lot of updates for you guys today. By the way, if you appreciate these updates, please take a second, hit the like button for the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and jump right in with Pam Bondi. The initial release of the Epstein list, it's being given out in phases. Not my call. I'd have just dropped the whole thing all at once. I'm not sure that works because I was at least expecting the entire list to be provided right out the gate. Now, obviously, this is disappointing given what we were all promised. Although the Attorney General is saying that the FBI withheld information. Can you believe that? The FBI, they're so trustworthy. Ordering Director Kash Patel to investigate this as soon as he can. Watch.
Last night on Jesse Watters Primetime, Attorney General Pam Bondi said this.
What you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information, but it's pretty sick what that man did.
So we were looking today to find out more about why the government's been so suspiciously protective of Jeffrey Epstein. This afternoon, a bunch of conservative influencers left a meeting at the White House with binders that said the Epstein files, phase 1. Once the binders were opened, people were able to see flight records and Epstein's Rolodex and a list of masseuses. The masseuses' names were blacked out, and the information from the flight logs wasn't new. Neither was the Rolodex. When we began to feel duped, Pam Bondi released a letter that says, basically, I was duped too. In the letter addressed to FBI Director Kash Patel, Bondi basically says, I asked you for the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. I received 200 pages of documents. I asked if these were all the documents, and the FBI said yes. Late yesterday, I learned from a source at the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and the indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated requests, the FBI never disclosed the evidence of these files. Bondi's demanding by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning that the FBI deliver everything to her office, including all records, audio, video recordings, all materials related to Epstein. And she ensures DOJ will disclose everything. And she's directing Patel to begin an immediate investigation into why the FBI isn't following orders.
Now, I'm going to be brutally honest here, guys. This is not what they promised us, right? And if we go back to what AG Pam Bondi said, she sounded as if this was going to be this huge revelation, but we got more of the same things that we already had for like years. Although she did go on Fox News to say that she's being stonewalled by people in New York. Watch.
Yes, Mark. So as you know, we released about 120 pages of documents, and I started asking for these documents right when I came into office and before Kash Patel was in there. So I ended up getting about 120 pages. We carefully redacted them, of course, to be sure the 254 young girls, women who are victims of sex crimes and sex trafficking, their personal information was redacted and out of there to protect them. So I'm going through it and I kept saying, there has to be more, there has to be more. I'm assured that's it. Kash asked the same questions. assured there's no more. I found out, this week that a source told me New York, SDNY, they're sitting on thousands of pages of documents regarding Epstein. Thousands. And of course, you've seen the very strong letter. We will get everything. We will have it in our possession. We will redact it, of course, to protect grand jury information and confidential witnesses, but the American people have a right to know. And Donald Trump is the most transparent president in our nation's history. So not only will America get the full Epstein files, they will get JFK, they will get Martin Luther King.
Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below. At this point, and given what we've gotten here with Epstein, it's hard to just believe these promises. Action speaks so much louder than words, so I'm hoping that they actually deliver on this. Now, Pam Bondi's letter to Kash Patel is asking for swift action. She also wants to report on the FBI's findings as well as propose personnel action within 2 weeks. Republican Representative Anna Paulina took to X to express her disappointment. In her post, she says, "I nor the task force were given or reviewed the Epstein documents before being released today. A New York Post story just revealed that the documents will simply be Epstein's phone book. This is not what we or the American people asked for, and a complete disappointment. Get us the information we asked for." Now, we're going to have to wait and see what FBI Director Kash Patel has to say about this. But I'm trying to be optimistic given that, he's talked about this before. And as far as we know, he is more than willing to release these files. Now, moving on, guys, California Governor Gavin Newsom is trying to mend his damaged reputation. Now, you guys might remember that President Trump called for his resignation weeks ago, right? Because of his response to the Palisades wildfire. But instead of addressing the problems that they faced, he's going a whole different route. Gavin Newsom just started a new podcast. Check this out.
We need to change the conversation. And that's why I'm launching a new podcast. And this is going to be anything but the ordinary politician podcast. I'm going to be talking to people directly that I disagree with, as well as people I look up to. But more important than anything else, I'll be talking directly with you, the listener. Real conversations. What's going on with the cost of eggs? What are the impacts, real impacts to you around tariffs? What power does an executive order really have? And what's really going on inside of Doge? Look, there's an onslaught of information that we take in. So let's take it to the sources without the typical political mumbo jumbo. In the first few weeks, we're going to be sitting down with some of the biggest leaders and architects in the MAGA movement. This is Gavin Newsom.
I'm pretty certain that this isn't any different from networks like CNN, MSNBC, and ABC News, because these networks have multiple shows and hosts who are already pushing back against President Donald Trump. Most of them also cover Doge, and they forget the fact that corruption and wasteful spending exists within the federal government. And this is just another example of how top Democrats are out of touch with their base, because instead of providing an alternative, instead of providing solutions to problems, they're focused on keeping things as political as they can. Joe Rogan, by far the biggest podcaster in the world, he gave his 2 cents about Gavin Newsom's show, simply saying this on X. If the Ick was a podcast, obviously Joe Rogan is not a fan of this and is basically Gavin Newsom's way of steering the conversation away from the awful job that he's done in his state. Now, I want to talk about Alec Baldwin because he had a recent outburst. Now, Alec Baldwin is known for impersonating President Trump on SNL. He's made quite the character out of it, but it looks like he doesn't appreciate it when others do it. Jason Scoop, a Trump impersonator, he went up to Alec Baldwin to troll him. And as you guys can see, he was successful in doing so.
Alec, it's your favorite president. Look, Alec, I will offer you a total pardon, because I want to be friends, right? I want to be friends. I will give you a total pardon for murdering that woman if you kiss the ring. Kiss the ring, Alec. Kiss the big, beautiful ring. Come on, Alec. Come on, look at Alec Baldwin, right? He did that impersonation of me. It was not too hot, not too good. But look, we're back in office. You lost. Kamala lost. She's somewhere getting intoxicated. Look at that suitcase. Unbelievable. Well, Alec, if you don't want that pardon for murdering that woman in cold blood, you can call it first degree. You can call it whatever you want, but it was not good. She's looking down on me right now, smiling, happy. Thank you for confronting the man who took me out, who killed me, and that's okay.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
No, you realize, by the
Whoa.
way. No, look at me. I want you to look at me.
Sure.
You know, you got a camera on me here?
The ring? No, it's the ring.
But you realize my kids live in this building, right? But I want you to know something.
We love the children. We're doing great deals for the children.
Be real careful.
Okay.
If this camera was here, I'd snap your fucking neck in half and break your fucking neck right out. So you know that, don't you?
Okay. All right, Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, ladies and gentlemen, class act. Believe me. Believe me. Okay. Oh, he's yelling at me. I'm a citizen of this. I was born and raised in New York City. I love you, Alec. Alec, look, Alec, you don't want to attack your favorite president, Alec. Look, I love you. I love you, Alec. He's got more balls than De Niro, that I can tell you. De Niro ran away. Alec confronted. That's good. He's strong, but also he's weak because he a woman. So that's okay, right? Look at this guy.
It's not surprising that Alec Baldwin melted down here. And as we all saw, he lost his cool. President Trump previously stated that he thinks Baldwin's crazy, which can be backed up by his clip since he literally threatened to snap a man's neck in public. But what are your thoughts on this, guys? Now, I want you guys to get even more information today from a previous video that I did. I talked about the Doge dividend checks that are supposedly going to go out to American taxpayers. Checks that are supposed to be worth around $5,000. You don't want to miss that update, so make sure you check that video out right after this one. As always, appreciate your time. Thanks for hitting the like button and subscribing. We'll see you guys next time.